Hey everyone, this is Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts, and this is a first impressions and unboxing video of the MSI Wind. Now, the Wind came in this rather unattractive big brown box, and inside the box were the two packages that you see here. The Wind itself, the box that it comes in, and then there's a little sleeve. So I'm not sure if maybe MSI decided to throw this in at the last minute and that's why it's in this box, but regardless, you do get, I think it's sort of a neoprene sleeve. Actually, I take it back. It's sort of a faux pleather kind of vinyl looking thing. I would have preferred neoprene, but you know, not really that big of a deal. Actually, I should point out inside it here, it actually has a bit of a pouch, so maybe you slide the Wind inside here. But let's get on to the good stuff. So here's the MSI Wind itself, the box at least. Now the MSI Wind comes in three different colors, white, pink, and black. I have to admit I was pretty tempted by the Acer Aspire one and its sapphire blue. I'm a sucker for, you know, bright flashy colors, and that blue looked great, but I figured a black MSI Wind would work out pretty well. Now in terms of the specifications, they're actually right here on the side of the box. It has a 10-inch WS-VGA screen, and the screen resolution is 1024 by 600. This model, actually all the Winds technically, come with an Intel Atom 1.6 gigahertz processor, an 80 gigabyte hard drive, 1 gig of RAM, 802.11bg, and Windows XP Home. So this is the unit here, and I should point out on the side of the box it says that it comes with a 3-cell battery, and I special ordered this unit from my local computer place with a 6-cell battery, so I'll be interested to see if I open this up and it's only a 3-cell. Unfortunately, it means it's going to be going right back to them. But let's crack it open and see what's inside the box here. So here is the Wind itself. Let's take it out of its plastic. Looks really nice. It's nice and small. Just kind of by way of comparison, this is my cell phone. So this is just sort of an average. This is a Samsung Blackjack 2. So this thing is nice and little. It is definitely a little bit bigger than you know, the Acer Aspire 1 or any of those units that have 8.9-inch screens. This has a 10-inch screen, which does give you a bit more you know, screen resolution. On the, we'll start off on the right side here. We have a USB port, then we have an SD card slot, we have a microphone input and a line out, like a headphone jack or for speakers. We have VGA out, and then we have an Ethernet port. This is going to be a 100 megabits per second. On the bottom side here we have where the battery goes. The one I'm hoping is a 6-cell battery. Over here we have just a little Kensington lock port for securing it. We have the AC plug-in here, and then we have some ports for venting heat. I believe this is a passively cooled notebook. The Atom CPU puts out very little heat because it's such a low, has such great thermals, so this should be a very quiet notebook. And then here we have two more USB ports. There's nothing really on the front, and we'll just crack this open here. So here is the unit itself. One of the reasons why I picked the MSI Wind is that it has a really nice sized keyboard. A lot of the smaller units that have the 8.9-inch screen, like the Asus EEE-PC or the aforementioned Acer Aspire 1, they have keys that are quite a bit smaller. So this one actually has a full-size enter key. It has a full-size shift key, or you know, full size in relation to the whole keyboard, and then it has the arrow keys here. So those were some of the reasons why I wanted this unit. I wanted to have the bigger keyboard, and then I also wanted to have the 10-inch screen. There's also a webcam here. I'm pretty sure that the webcam is VGA. Let me just double check the specs in front of me here. Yeah, actually the webcam says 1.3 megapixels, so that's a little bit bigger than VGA, I believe. Now, let's just close this for a second and see what else is in the box. Let's see if I really did only get the 3-cell battery, or if I got the 6-cell. So here's the battery. Now it does look pretty big, so I'm gonna cross my fingers here and hope that this really is the 6-cell battery. So this is a 2200 milliamp I think that might only be the 3-cell. Yeah, you see, when you put this inside the unit here, it's actually completely flush, and so I think this means this is the 3-cell. So I may be taking this back, which is pretty frustrating because I waited about 3 weeks to get it, only to find out it's not the right unit. At any rate, let's see what else is inside the box here. We have the AC power brick, which is actually nice and small. That's actually a pretty decent size. It's a hell of a lot smaller than the HP Mini Note. However, this does probably mean that this will not quick charge the MSI Wind, meaning that it will actually take a couple of hours to charge the battery. I'll have to investigate that. Put that aside for right now. See what else is in here. I know that there's not a whole lot that comes with it. Yeah, so we have a regular sized power cord here, nothing special. And then we have a couple of CDs. So we have the driver disc, we have the Windows XP Home SP3. This is a recovery DVD, and then we have a quick start guide. Now you may be asking yourself, why get CDs in the box when there is no optical drive? Well, if you want to use these, you're going to have to use an external optical drive. So I have a Samsung that cost me 50 or 60 bucks. I'll be using that. It works over USB. It's really fast and really simple. So next I will I'll actually charge up the battery, so I'll come back and do a second take showing you the unit all powered up. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Alright, I actually just thought I'd show you the sort of boot up sequence. So this is actually kind of neat. Basically what MSI has done here is they've taken just some photos, and they cycle through these images while the Windows XP home initial setup actually occurs in the background. So rather than having you watch the Windows setup, you're actually just looking at these pictures. So it's a small thing, but it's a nice touch. And I should point out that now that I figured out that before I was so obsessed with the battery issue, I forgot to notice the plainly obvious issue that this is actually the white MSI Wind, and it's really confusing because I ordered the black MSI Wind, and in fact, if you look at the box, it has a black sticker on it. So this was actually supposed to be a black MSI Wind with a 6-cell battery. I checked the MSI website, however, and a couple weeks ago when I first ordered it, they had an entry for the 6-cell battery version. And as of the time of this video, they actually don't have a 6-cell battery version listed on their website. So this whole thing is, a bit of a screw up. I think these netbook companies, MSI, Asus, they're really hard to get. They're out of stock almost everywhere. I think these companies are just acting like spazzes because they're having such a hard time keeping up with demand. And obviously what they're doing now is they're shipping white MSI Winds inside a box meant for a black MSI Wind. So I'm definitely going to be returning this, but I'm going to wait and play for a little bit more. Play with it a little bit more, and when I'm finished, I will come back here and we'll see what it actually looks like when it's all booted up. Alright, so here is the MSI Wind completely booted up. So it's now booted up into Windows XP Home. The setup took maybe about 20 minutes or so, and I think a lot of that, like I said, was just behind the scenes stuff. It might have even just been unpacking files or something, directly off hard drive. So yeah, the screen, the resolution and screen size is great because I'm sitting, about 3 feet away from the screen, and I can read everything really, really legibly. And I struggled a little bit with, basically the same resolution on an 8.9-inch screen. So the 1.1 inches overall does actually make it a little bit easier to see. And this is a little bit hard to tell on the video, but the screen is really, really bright. So if I turn down the screen brightness here, so I'm going to turn that down to about 50%. Now I have these spotlights, shining in from the side here, so it makes it a little bit hard to see. But without the spotlights, the 50% screen brightness is actually bright enough, to work, I would say, in sort of any kind of regular lighting. And then when you crank up the screen brightness, all the way back up, it has looks like it has about 8, maybe 10 notches in total of screen brightness, and it's a really nice, vibrant screen. So that's definitely one thing working in its favor. So that's about it for my first impressions video. Like I said, I'm actually going to probably be returning it. I may play around with it a little bit, and see if I if I like it, but unfortunately I do really want the MSI Wind in black, and I do really want it with a 6-cell battery, and based on what I've been reading online while I was waiting for the laptop to be set up, there's actually a bit of a battery shortage, which apparently might be impacting why MSI has changed their mind about a 6-cell battery. It seems like that might not be shipping until sometime in late September now. So that's it for now. This has been Jason Dunn from Digital Home Thoughts. Thanks.